half past because there was a members stream and I thought that it might run over. So I thought, well, I'll just give myself that little bit of a cushion. So I was aware that we'd started this later than we usually would. But and that was the reason why. But no, we're good. We're finished on time. We're here, and we've got a few things to look forward to on this go home episode of NXT. We have got Kaylie Ray taking on Dakota Kai. That's going to be, I believe, in a ladder match. The person that wins that match, their team gets the advantage for War Games. We've also got LA Knight taking on Grayson Waller. Cameron Grimes takes on Andre Chase. And there's also rumours that there could be another ladder match for the men to decide who gets the advantage there, which would make sense. But I haven't seen anything actually announced yet. So I am expecting that on this show as well. So, yeah, we know we've got Kaylie Ray against Dakota Kai. I'm expecting something for Carmelo Hayes. So I am expecting Carmelo Hayes to be in a ladder match tonight on NXT. So, yeah, you know, it's going to be an interesting show. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for this go-home episode. It might not be amazing. I mean, go-home shows aren't normally amazing because all the feuds are done. But in all fairness, I kind of think there's still a bit of fun to be had here, what with it being War Games. Like, I can see there being a big brawl and people, like, you know, I can see a lot of people getting involved in things, let's put it that way, because there's a lot of people involved in this show. It's not like normal where there's like 5 matches and that's it, you know, they've all been made and we're just going to see some promos or whatever. Because it's War Games, because there's a men's War Games, a women's War Games, and other matches. There's actually a lot of people on this show at the weekend. So that could actually make for kind of a fun NXT tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. I think this one could be quite interesting. And the fact we're getting some ladder matches as well. I was thinking about that the other day. I really love one-on-one ladder matches. We don't get them enough. I kind of think that is definitely something that WWE could do more of. Just one-on-one ladder matches. I think that would be really interesting. I think like you could do that with Damian Priest. Damian Priest could defend his United States title in like a ladder match. I think that'd be really interesting to see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just seeing a one-on-one ladder match. And I think Kaylie Ray against Dakota Kai would be good at any time anyway. Chuck in the fact it's a ladder match and there's a reason for the match. You've got something quite exciting then. So, yeah, I think don't let it put you off that this is a go-home show. I think that there could be enough. Here. Did you know there's a vote for who you want in the men's ladder match? Did you vote? No, I didn't know there was a vote for it. I'm expecting Carmelo Hayes to be in action tonight, but no, I didn't realise there was a vote for it. Daniel said, have a look at Big Swole's tweet. If you've not seen it, I saw it. Tony has come to an agreement on her release. Her health seems to be a big reason. She just put a statement out. Yeah, I just saw it. It's about an hour or 2 ago. And, yeah, I mean, it's a shock, to be honest, that it's got to that. Obviously, she was a decent star. I mean, her feud with Britt Baker, I actually really enjoyed. I didn't enjoy so much the tooth and nail match. I think they got that wrong. But, yeah, I mean, I liked Big Swole when she first came in. I liked her feud with Britt Baker. Britt Baker was kind of out injured, wasn't she, at the time? And the pandemic was just kind of starting. And I remember Britt Baker being on the back of the truck and, like, Big Swole would, like, constantly attack her and everything. That's what I'm going to take away from her time in AEW. So I know that her health, like, was getting worse. And she ended up, like, more in the background. She wasn't really being used kind of the same way. Yeah, I just saw this statement. I mean, I can read it. It's one of those statements that it doesn't really say anything. Like, it doesn't. I think it's a statement that you can kind of read into it, but I would have liked a little more. But I mean, obviously, who cares? It's more about her rather than what the statement actually says. It says, over the past couple of months, my life has taken on the mantra of grow, learn, and change. Dealing with shadow work took strength I didn't know I had. I thank God for my loving family because they've got me through some of the roughest months of my life, but I realised the real test is application. So I took my leap, and after speaking with Tony Khan and AEW higher officials, we've decided to not renew my contract with All Elite Wrestling. This was a hard decision, but a needed one. I am grateful for their understanding and that we could mutually come to this agreement. I've enjoyed my time with AEW and I wish them all the best. I appreciate their love and welcoming me into their family. Today is my last day, and as bittersweet as it is, I am proud to say that I lived my dreams whilst making a difference. That is swole mentality. So I don't quite get it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a statement. And it does say stuff, and you can read into it, but it doesn't really say any. Like, she doesn't say my health has deteriorated to the point where, it's a real challenge for me right now. Or she hasn't said that. She hasn't. At least she's not come out and said that. I mean, again, I'll read that first bit. Over the past couple of months, my life has taken on the mantra of grow, learn, and change. I mean, that I don't know what that means. Grow, learn, and change. I mean, is that a reference to her being ill and having to adapt? Or is she saying that she's fallen out of love with wrestling? Or has she got other interests that she wants to pursue? I don't know. I've got questions about that. Dealing with shadow work took... I don't know what this means. Dealing with shadow work took strength I didn't know I had. I don't know what that means. Shadow work. I thank God for my loving family because it got me through some tough times. I'm presuming that's her illness and things that have been going on. I realized the real test is application. So I took my leap, and after speaking with Tony Khan, I've decided not to renew my contract. So I don't know, it's kind of left me like a bit unknown as to what's going on. But I like the fact she's come out and said it's her decision. Because obviously if she hadn't, there'd be a lot of questions like, are AEW now starting to cut people? Or, that would have started. So at least those rumours have been put to bed. This is her decision. She's spoken to Tony Khan. And she's come out with the reason why. Or she's come out with, this statement. But, yeah, I don't really understand. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. It's kind of... Yeah, I don't really understand. I mean, I don't think she kind of wants you to know, to be honest. Or she doesn't want to go into detail. Which is fine. I mean, obviously, it's personal to her. But, yeah, I just hope everything's all right, to be honest. I just hope that, she's all right and that it's not that her health has taken... See, this is the only problem, though, is that now it does make me question, like, is everything all right? Like, what's going on? And so it doesn't really put any... It raises questions and it doesn't give answers. So that's the only thing I would say is that, now it could fuel speculation about her health or she's fallen out of love with wrestling or whatever it might be when... the statement could have cleaned all of that up if it had been a little bit clearer. But I don't know. It seems like a conscious decision to not make it clearer. So I'm guessing she doesn't want to say. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But I hope everything is okay. That's the headline. So yeah, I did see that. And as you said, I hope everything's okay. I know that she did have Crohn's disease, and it did get worse. She was out of the ring for a while with it, says Daniel. I just see Big Swole go into WWE for Cedric, says Hasib. Shadow puppets. No, she said shadow work, but I don't know what that means. That stuff I reported Jessi by Fightful. That was on Twitch, says Byron. What? About WWE selling? That one? Because, to be honest, that story is still not anywhere about WWE selling. I've not seen anyone like talking about it or news articles picking up on it or anything. So I don't know. I'm not buying it. You might have got it from Twitch. You might have got it from Twitch, and you might have got it from Fightful, but I don't know. I'd want to see the clip myself and see exactly what was said, because I'm not buying it. I mean, nothing has come out saying that they would sell. In fact, the only thing I've seen is Nick Khan saying that they are not selling. That's what I've seen. I've actually seen with my own eyes Nick Khan sat down saying, no, we are not looking to sell. So, of course, he's going to say that, and that might not be the truth, but I haven't seen any follow-up on that. So, for me right now, that's not something that's happening. What happened? What happened with what? We don't need to know. I just hope she's doing good, says LSW. Crohn's is debilitating, says Erasure Mind. Yeah, we'll have to see. Taya Valkyrie thinks they'll sell. Taya Valkyrie is understandably upset at being let go. So she is someone that I think is maybe upset and stirring the pot and not a source of information. Taya Valkyrie doesn't know anything that is like the dirt sheets don't know. I hope you both do it Saturday. Right, I am a big Swole fan, says Edward. Yeah. It's sad news. I really liked her. Well, I still like her, but I really liked her in that feud, and then like she just kind of fell off. So, and well, I say fell off. She wasn't being pushed because I'm guessing her disease worsened. But yeah, it was a shame. I was kind of hoping that she could overcome that and kind of come back and whatever. So it's a bit like it reminds me just a little bit like the Kaylie Ray one. Do you remember when Kaylie Ray left AEW and we didn't really get an answer as to why? I can remember she left and it was kind of by mutual consent, and then like you heard it was something to do with mental health, and I don't think we ever quite got an answer on that one as to what happened, like why didn't she stick around, or why didn't she want to stick around, or what was the reasoning there. Again, not that we have to be told, but it's one of them. You'd expect it to just naturally, a sit down interview at some point and for that information to come out. And I'm still not 100% sure. I mean, I think it's just that. I think it's just like mental health on that one. And same with this one. I'm thinking it's because of that disease, but I don't know. Are you ready for Toxic Attraction? Am I ready for Toxic Attraction? I am ready, yeah, because I can't stand them. So, Taya is rightfully bitter towards WWE. Kaylie Ray was with AEW, says Hasib. A Retribution, shout out to you. Chronic Effects says, I translate when my voice is read through. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's happening with the chat. I think we're all over the place at the moment, trying to focus on a few different things that are happening. With WWE, I don't think there's been loads of news today, in all fairness. I don't think there's been lots of stuff that's been coming through. I was looking to see if there was any like news or rumors. We did literally just look on the member stream at the Burnt Fiend figure that's just been shown. And I have put it up on the channel. So if you haven't seen it, you can just go to the community tab and the pictures are over there. And seems to have like divided opinion. The members were just telling me like about the fact that the jacket doesn't look like the right color and the mask doesn't look, and the hair. But I think it's more the hair and the top that seem to be off. But I was just saying, like, I wonder if like Mattel just aren't really that bothered by it. I wonder if Mattel are just like, because it's not quite right, I wonder if it's the case that like he got released and so they're just like, maybe we don't need to put our all into this. I don't know. It's a weird thing to get wrong, like to just have like completely the wrong color hair and the wrong color top and everything. I just wonder if they got so far and they're like, yeah, you finish this off. They just gave it to like the work experience kid. Maybe the work experience kid finished it for them. I don't know. It's a weird series. I mean, you've got Scarlett in it that's been released. You've got Adam Cole who's left. You've got Fiend that's no longer there. You've got Ric Flair that's no longer part of it. It's a very unfortunate series, let's put it that way. It's a very unfortunate series. Burn It Down, shout out to you. NXT will get 10 out of 10 if Pete Dunne tells someone to shut up, mate. Shut up, mate. Jim said, I wonder with WWE doing all the releases they've done, it will cause superstars to think twice about signing. Definitely. Definitely. It'll make people think twice. Because right now, if you sign with WWE, you've got to know what you're signing for. I mean, look at how they've just treated these superstars. I mean, if you're going to sign now, like, I understand that I feel sorry for wrestlers because you get into wrestling, obviously, for the love of wrestling, but and you can make money on the indie scene, but you are going to make more money in WWE. Like, you're going to get guaranteed money, you're going to get good exposure. You might want to just ride that for as long as you can. You might want to just, like, okay, I'll sign with WWE. If it blows up in my face, it blows up in my face, but at least I'll be on TV. I'll get more exposure than if I don't sign with WWE, blah, 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 blah. But you know you're taking that gamble now. You know that you're taking that gamble. So I think anyone that does sign now, hopefully their eyes are open to it. And honestly, like, if you're a hot commodity and you can choose between WWE or AEW, these releases might just put that seed of doubt in people's minds. They really might. I think... you know, if you're someone that can choose between the two, certainly if AEW do get, like, onto a bigger network in the future, then, you know, it's only going to make AEW even more attractive. So it's awful, like, press, awful PR for WWE to be doing this. But, you know, they've done it. They've done it. And clearly they didn't regret it because they've kept doing it. I mean, like, the amount of people that have been released, it's just been... time after time, hasn't it? So, I mean, again, hopefully it's done. Don't want to see anyone else get released at this point, but, you know, hopefully it's done. Mattel can have a release superstars line. Isn't Johnny Gagano's contract up after War Games? Do you think he'll leave? I genuinely don't know. I think if I'm being honest, I think his focus is on his kid. And I think that he is probably quite happy to let his contract run down, focus on his kid, maybe take some time there, and then, like, you know, I'm sure WWE want him. I'm sure AEW will have him. He's got the power to kind of go wherever he wants to go and do what he wants to do. Running down his contract is actually a really smart business move, because rather than just signing with WWE and accepting, he now can kind of play the two companies off with each other. And if AEW want him, well, how much are you going to offer me? And if WWE want him, well, how much are you going to offer me? And he can look at the proposals and, you know, make the right decision for his family. So, you know, Johnny probably doing it the right way, in all fairness. I mean, it could be that he's made his mind up that he wants to go to AEW, and that's why he's going to run it down. I think if he'd made his mind up he was staying with WWE, then he probably would have signed. But in all fairness, I don't begrudge him kind of taking his time, having a look to see what other people are going to offer him, and, you know, doing what every other wrestler has done in the history of wrestling, you know, and tried to, you know, get as much money out of the promoters as possible. I mean, that's what every wrestler tries to do, so... yeah, I don't blame him. I don't know if he's going to go, though. I honestly don't know. Only he knows that. Nelson said, I would still sign with WWE if I got released. I would just work hard to return like Drew and Jinder did, says Nelson. Johnny Gargano will be all elite, says Brony. Johnny's contract ends this Thursday. He's signed a 2-day contract to compete at War Games. Adam Cole did the same thing to finish his feud with Kyle. Brad said, you make better burnt figures in your microwave. Thank you for your concern. The burnt figure is, as we said, a bit weird. It seems to have had a few interesting color choices. Let's put it that way. Right, we are building towards tonight. Again, if you are just joining us, I've got the. Let me click over to NXT actually, and we'll have a look, see if they've announced anything else yet. Because just as we went live, I read out everything that was on there. We have got, it's time for you to decide what superstars represent their teams in Tuesday's Advantage match. So there's a vote that's going on, but I don't think they've announced it yet. Stu Bennett has tweeted 5 minutes ago, there's War Games Advantage on the line in 2 ladder matches. So there'll be 2 ladder matches tonight. Tag team number 1 contenders matches up for grabs. There's the final chance to see Cameron Grimes with hair, ? And much, much more. So we've got Kaylie Ray against Dakota Kai in one of them ladder matches. We will be getting another ladder match to decide who gets the advantage in the men's War Games. We've got Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. Doesn't seem to be any more Von Wagner on the main roster, does there? Just for one random week, Von Wagner was up on the main roster and we haven't seen him since, which is weird, isn't it? It's really weird. Just everything WWE does is really weird. So we've got Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner taking on Legado del Fantasma. And we've got Andre Chase against Cameron Grimes. Of course, Cameron Grimes is taking on Duke Hudson at the weekend in a hair versus hair match. So, as Stu Bennett just said there, is this the last time you get to see Cameron Grimes with hair as he takes on Andre Chase? So, we've got all of that happening tonight. And as you said, I would expect to see Carmelo. It's hard to know, people are voting, but I wonder if they are actually going to go with the winners of the poll. I wonder if they are actually going to choose the people that win the poll to actually put them in the ladder match, or if they've already decided who it's going to be, and they're just going to go with that. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. We've got Sonya Deville.
And arch nemesis, Mandy Rose. What's up, guys? WWE official Sonya Deville here, letting you know that tonight I will be live tweeting during the entire episode of NXT. So tune in, NXT on USA, 8 p.m. Starting at 8 p.m. Also head over to my Twitter, at Sonya Deville WWE. I'll be talking about all things NXT, including, of course, my best friend and former tag team partner and arch nemesis, Mandy Rose. See you guys there. Mwah.
Okay. I thought that was going to be a bigger announcement, in all fairness. But I just saw a video from her, and I was like, something about tonight, and I was like, oh, okay. But she's just live tweeting. It might be interesting. We've got all of that to look forward to. Von Wagner might be back to try and protect Adam Pearce on Friday with Brock coming back. That's a good shout, Brad. Yeah, it's a good shout. Primo said SmackDown surprisingly drew 2.1 million on Thanksgiving weekend. That normally sees a drop, whilst Rampage drew a record low 431. Wow. With a 0.18 demo. Thoughts? That's low for AEW. I don't think there's really any way to spin that apart from how it compares to everything else on TV. I would imagine it probably still did well on cable. It's probably still top 3 on cable or whatever. So I would imagine that's what... in fact, you know what? You've just reminded me. I did see Tony Khan thanking people. So that's interesting. Let's see what Tony Khan's got to say. He has put a spin on it. He has spun it. Thanks to you fans. Last week was our biggest Thanksgiving Eve Dynamite yet. So 2019 was 333. 2020 was 338. And this year was 408. So you're saying that Rampage did 431. Apparently Dynamite did 408, which I didn't hear about. But apparently it did 408, and I mean, you would go, wow, that's not great. But Tony Khan has come out and said it's our biggest Thanksgiving Eve Dynamite yet. 2019 was 333. I don't remember them doing a 333. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember them doing 300 and some 1,000. 333, 338, and 408. LFG. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that last week's Dynamite was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. So they definitely deserve great ratings for that Dynamite. That's all I'll say. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I'm hoping they can keep the momentum going this week. So it ain't gonna change nothing. I mean, the bottom line is, if you're still one of the best shows on cable in that time slot, you've still got something to bring to the negotiation table. So if AEW have their ratings fall, but so does everyone else, I mean, you can walk into a business room and say, you know, this is where we are, but this is where the industry is. Like, we're down 5%, but your average shows are down 10%. Like, you know, that's going to give you something that's going to allow you to renegotiate a good deal. So my thoughts are, don't look at that number as just the number and that's it, because there's what can you walk into the room if you represented AEW and you walked into a business room and you were negotiating a new contract, you would be looking at exactly what he's done. He's got year-on-year figures. So is like, my year-on-year is this. You know, I was 333, then I went to 338, and now I'm 404. So he's got his year-on-year numbers. He'll also be able to look at, like, you know, how is Dynamite comparing to the rest of cable. So, like, you know, if everyone else is down on average 10%, but Dynamite's only down 5%, well, that's a positive, isn't it? So the number might not look brilliant, but there's lots of ways that you can walk into a business room and, like, you know, fight your case. So, yeah, I mean, you look at it and you go, wow, that's low. And it looks low, and it is low. But how does it compare to everyone else? How does it compare? Because it might still be that was the number one rated show on cable that night. And again, that's a great number to walk into a business room with. So, I don't know. I think we're a long, long way from the death of AEW, to be honest. I wouldn't really dwell on it. He gave it a better score. Raw got 6.5. Dynamite was brilliant last week. Yeah, it's brilliant. I think it's one of the best shows I've seen in a long, long time. The ratings of the last 3 Thanksgiving shows on Tony's tweet to the right. 2019 got 663. 2020 got 771. 2021 got 898. It's on the tweet. I just read the tweet. I just read that tweet. Maybe am I reading a different tweet to you? Oh, I see it. No, I see it. So what's the 408? That's the 18 to 49 demo. So Dynamite did 898, and of that 898, 408 was 18 to 49. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, fair play. I didn't see that. So I was going to say, I don't remember them doing numbers that low. I don't remember them being like 300,000. But again, you know, this is what Tony's looking at. So Tony is showing that every year the total audience has grown, but he's started with the demo number of 18 to 49, and he's shown that demo number has grown every year as well. So, yeah, this is, do you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that he's, like, presenting. Look, the total number's growing. the demo number is growing. I'd imagine he's probably still held very strong on the night against the other shows on cable. So, yeah, I wouldn't... To be honest, I mean, I'm starting to... I don't look at them anymore. I don't really go out my way to look at the ratings so much anymore. I think there's always a way that you can look at it and spin it and make it work for you. There's so many different parameters that you can look at. You know, how did the demo do? How did the total number do? How did the rest of cable do? What's your decrease year on year compared to everyone else's decrease year on year? Like, there's so many factors that you could look at. What's your week on week number like compared to everyone else's week on week number? It might be that your week on week is actually not that bad. We're only 10% down on last week. The rest of the cable is 20% down on last week. Like, there is always a way that you can find some way to spin it. So even if the number comes out and it's like 500,000 or whatever, and it's really low, Tony Khan can still tweet out, you know, thanks everyone for tuning into Dynamite. You know, our week on week was down, but it was only down 5% compared to everyone else that was down 10%. So it shows like how strong of a community we've got. Like, appreciate the support, and we'll see you next week. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always a way of spinning it. So I wouldn't look at their ratings and hope this is a sign that they're about to go bust or anything. Chris says, I wish the AEW show quality was more consistent, but you can say that for any wrestling show. That's true. Wrestlers Day, NXT Tuesday night. Brian, shout out to you. WCW had a network and still lost due to an inflated budget. The demo TV ratings war doesn't exist until we really get a head-to-head showdown of both promotions going on the same day at the same time slot. Else, I ain't gonna buy any BS from Tony Khan. I don't know that it is BS, in all fairness. I mean, I wouldn't worry about him saying that he's got a better demo rating than like Raw or anything. I don't buy into that. I don't buy into those kind of things. But I do think that there is something in what he is saying about, like, you know, he can tweet out about the demos and compare it to everything else that's on at the same time. If Dynamite is the top rated cable show of its time slot or of its day, and its demos outdo everything else, like, it is significant. That is what he is going to use to get a bigger deal in future. So there is something to it. But I think trying to compare it to something that's on a different night, I do agree, is irrelevant. But that, in fairness to Tony Khan, that's not what he's doing there. He's comparing it to himself from previous years. So I haven't got an issue with his tweet, to be honest. But if he was like comparing it to Raw and all of this, then yeah, that for me wouldn't work. Wrestler Andy said, Days Sports is the only thing I ever watch on TV anymore. I haven't watched anything else in years. I don't think I have. Well, I like Taskmaster. I watch Taskmaster. So, but to be honest, I don't even watch that on TV. I watch it on catch up. So, and that's the only show I actually go out my way to try and catch up with. So I'd say it's probably my favourite TV show. The only show that I go back and watch is Taskmaster. Outside of that, I used to watch Gogglebox, and I don't watch that. I haven't watched that in a few years. I've been asked a few times, do you watch I'm a Celebrity? And the answer is no. What else is? I don't even know what else is on anymore. So yeah, I'm the same. Hasib said, I miss Hit Row. I don't know what to do. Go onto the WWE Network and you can watch all their old matches and pretend that they're still around. That's what you can do. Ray UK 08 said, I would like to know what BT Sport ratings are for WWE. I'm sure you could find them. I'm sure they're out there. They must publish them, but I don't think we're that bothered by them, to be honest. I think the war is very much going on in the US rather than in the UK. The TV deals here are just not all that important. Like, it's good if the TV deals here were to go, bust. It ain't going to bring the companies down. But if they lose the TV deals in America, that is very, very significant. So I think that's why, it's all focused over there. Liv and Zelina said, did you see that Big Swole and AEW have decided to part ways? At one point, I thought she would be the AEW Women's Champion. We did. We've spoke about it. We've covered it. It's, kind of shocking news. But I hope she's well. Primo said, I was only interested in the ratings once Dynamite went unopposed because now we've seen them get great 18 to 49 demos with the big signees and a lot are comparing it to Raw. Felix said, Days, how are you? I'm not feeling too good, but hopefully I get better. Yeah, hopefully you get better soon, yeah. There's a bug in our house. Both my parents are like coughing and spluttering and not doing too good. They're I think it's just flu, but and they've had their vaccinations and everything, so they're all covered on that front. So and my mummy has even had a booster shot, so I mean that's covered. But it's they both got like a cold, so it's just doing the rounds, isn't it? It's that time of year. So I'm desperately trying to not catch it. I absolutely 100,000% do not want to be getting a cold. I've done really well, actually, really well to avoid illnesses. I don't really get ill, to be honest. I would, but obviously I'm just kind of, I keep myself to myself. It's not like I go out all that much. So I don't really get a chance to catch anything from anywhere. So it's, last thing I need is to catch it. And then, I don't know, imagine if I had like a cough. Imagine if I had a cough and I couldn't stop coughing, like, I wouldn't be able to stream. Because what point is the me sitting here just like coughing and spluttering away? Like I'd have to just not stream, and that would suck. That would absolutely suck. So I really, really cannot be catching whatever they've got. I might ask them to go to the shed. Actually, I think it's in everyone's best interest if they're just not in the house at all. So. Did you see that Tony's tweet sticking up for Adam Cole has been trending lately? People think he's acting like a goof. I don't think he is. The books are doing that, but he doesn't act like them. No, I haven't seen that. I don't think he's acting like a goof. I don't really like him with Bobby Fish. It doesn't feel like Undisputed Era. So as a result, it just feels like two guys that have been put together in AEW. Like I don't look at them as Undisputed Era from NXT. I think if they wanted to do that, they could. Like, do you know what I mean? They could make it feel a lot more closer to it. And but they're not. I don't know. I mean, you've got Bobby Fish in his own like ring gear, Adam Cole in his own ring gear. I think do they both come out to separate entrance music? They're not really a tag team because Adam Cole's in with the Elite. Bobby Fish has kind of been doing some solo stuff. Like, for me, that's not... If I was to criticize Adam Cole, I'd be like, what he's doing at the moment isn't working. If you look at, like, what Daniel Bryan's been doing, Bryan Danielson, that's been brilliant. And, like, Adam Cole, CM Punk now is doing some great stuff with MJF. But if you look at, like, Adam Cole, it's like... I feel like it's going to go somewhere. I think him and Kenny is, something's going to happen there. But, I mean, Kenny's gone away for a while, hasn't he? And so I'm interested to see what they do with it. I'm not, like, giving up hope or anything. I'm not saying that's it, they've buried him, not at all. But I'm just saying that right now, like, Adam Cole, it's not really doing it for me in AEW. But I ain't got a problem with how he's acting. I don't, John agrees, Days. He doesn't think it feels like Undisputed Era. I don't. It does feel like Undisputed Era, says John. It doesn't to me. It's just, they feel like two solo stars that have been like chucked together. I think part of the problem is that we don't really see them kind of backstage, like hanging out. Like we don't really, like we see Adam Cole with the Young Bucks and then Bobby Fish might walk into shot. But it feels like Adam Cole has moved on to other things and just Bobby Fish is around. Kind of feels a bit like that to me. And I do think the different ring gear is a problem. And obviously they don't have a name. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know quite what they're going for. I don't know quite what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to give you Undisputed Era in AEW, but not really committing to it. So, I mean, obviously they can't use that name and they can't use that music. I understand that. But I do think there's more they could do. And shout everyone to the chat. Even Matt Hardy himself has mentioned that AEW is not good with doing supernatural character presentation. Hence, he got to make do with the HFO gimmick, which has been stale ever since we had fans back, says Bakayuka. He has been getting stick for acting goofy and not serious. I think they do have a plan for Cole, either to be the new leader of the Elite or splitting with Kyle and Bobby if Kyle comes across. Days, Twitter was fun whilst it lasted, said no one ever, but the new CEO has apparently said Twitter will ban people posting pictures of other people without consent. It will ban people posting pictures of other people without consent. I mean, that's what does that mean? Like all memes are gonna go? Does that mean, is that the end of memes? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard this news. Days, O'Reilly is coming to AEW, so we could get the OG3 Undisputed Era then. Maybe at that point, John, it'll feel like it. Maybe maybe what we're getting now is just them planting the seeds, and then if Kyle does come over, then maybe they will invest in it more. So I'm just saying that for me right now, it doesn't feel close. Like it feels like there's more work that needs to be done if we're going to go that way. But maybe, as you said, it will go that way, and then that's when things really start moving. So, but maybe we're just in like a weird stage at the moment. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bit weird at the moment as we're waiting for Kyle. I don't know. I hope Kyle goes over. In all fairness, I don't think Kyle's got that bright of a future in WWE, and I don't say that to be disrespectful. I just don't think I don't look at Kyle and see someone that Vince is going to be that interested in. I really don't. I don't think Vince looks at Kyle O'Reilly as like a big future star. So his best chance is going to be in a tag team. And he might as well go to AEW and join up with his friends, to be honest. So I kind of hope he does go. Days, did you see the late drama in the Leeds game? I didn't see it. I was asleep. I managed to get like 40 minutes. I feel a little better for it. But I did see that Rafinha managed to get a penalty or score a penalty in the 90-something minute, which is good because I had him in my fantasy team. So that was a good result. So I didn't see it, but I did see that it had happened. We have enough factions in AEW with an over-bloated roster. I'm done with faction affair stuff. Adam Cole is the former Mr. NXT 1.0 with the longest reigning champion at that promotion. So you're saying that you don't want like an Undisputed Era reunion. That's fine. It won't be for everyone, so I mean that's fine. Have you? Wait, no more Daisy's funny faces taken from streams. Listen, I would give my consent, so I don't see that being a problem. Have you ever had so much boom boom you don't want it anymore? I'm afraid that will happen to me if I and Sadie don't slow down. I didn't know what you was talking about, but I think I now know what you're talking about. Austin says, Twitter better not take away my day's memes. Well, apparently if you get permission, it's fine, and I'd give permission, so. Right, we are live with NXT. I think we are going to go to this first match. The teams are face to face. Right, and they go into a brawl. So the brawl has started between the two female teams. Raquel Gonzalez getting some shots. This is the kind of thing I thought we would see for a go home. I was like, do you know what? This might be all right. This might be quite fun because there's so many people involved. I'd expect there to be, like, fireworks. This is the kind of thing you expect at the end of the show, not so much at the start. Kaylie Ray gets thrown into a ladder. Are we just going to get going with this first match? I don't know if they're going to ring the bell or if the bell's even rung. War Games champed by the crowd. I think we are just going. I think we are just underway. Dakota Kai versus Kaylie Ray, and the bell has sounded. One-on-one ladder match for the advantage of War Games. I'm down for this. I'm down for this. Adam Cole has all the star power to take AEW to the next level with all of the recipe given to him by Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Andra said, do you think if Johnny stays, we will see him involved with Vince like Austin's story? I don't know, to be honest. I think Vince sees something in Austin, and I don't know that he is going to care that much for the way. I don't know. I don't know how Vince feels about Johnny. They've got a ladder, and they're going back and forth, and Dakota gets, she's pinned. Super kick. Dakota is out, and she slumps down. Kaylie Ray with a big smile on her face. One more time. Chance, she picks up Dakota. She's going to slam her into the edge of the ring. Dakota slaps Kaylie Ray. We're fighting on the outside of the ring here. Kaylie Ray is chasing after Dakota Kai. Dakota getting into the ring. Going out the other side. I like the start to this show. I like the two teams coming out, brawling. We go straight into this match. And, plants her into the ring steps. That was nice by Dakota. Holy. There we go. This match could be really good. Yes. Yeah, well, it is good. It's a good start. Holy bleep chants already. Dave said this match is fire. Daniel said, have you seen the news on Bryan Danielson? He said in an interview the other day that he wanted to be a luchador character in WWE, and on AEW Dark there is a masked luchador, and it's apparently Bryan. No, I didn't. Right, we've got Dakota Kai. That's interesting. If he's being a luchador and doing matches as a luchador, that'll be a fun reveal at some point. Okay, so Kaylie Ray getting the ladder into the ring. Dakota Kai down on the outside. Dave said, I want full-on Dakota Rage. Okay, so Kaylie Ray has got a ladder. Dakota Kai grabs it, though, pulls it out of the ring. Suicide dive by Kaylie Ray into Dakota Kai, who goes down. Actually slumped down in the corner. She's picking up Dakota, slams her onto that ladder. Stomach first. So she slams Dakota Kai onto that ladder. Kaylie Ray getting the ladder back into the ring. It's a pretty brutal spot. I do like this. It's a hard-hitting match. It does have spots in it, but the spots don't feel silly. Like this one here, where she picks her up and plants her, like, stomach first onto the ladder. I I do like one-on-one ladder matches. I think they're so much better than like multi-person ladder matches. I think actually, to tell the truth, I think it's because I've seen multi-person ladder matches so many times. Maybe they're not better, but maybe I'm just tired of multi-person ladder matches. Like whenever we get a ladder match, they do tend to have like 6-7 people in it. So seeing just 2 people battling away to try and climb the ladder, like just one-on-one, it's nice, it's refreshing, it's different. I don't know that anything will ever be as good as Shawn and Razor, but I am appreciating it. Dakota over in the corner. Can anyone else hear a weird scream that someone is doing? Kaylie Ray going into a ladder. I can't say I've noticed it. I do have to have the sound down, though. Dakota grabbing Kaylie Ray. Kaylie Ray going hard into the corner. Dakota going against the ropes. Big boot by Dakota. Dakota stomps on Kaylie Ray. Kaylie Ray down. We've got yes chants from the crowd. Dakota has got Kaylie Ray, hurls Kaylie Ray into the corner. Kick to the midsection. We need more classic ladder matches back, like the HBK Razor ones. Yeah, it would be cool. I think the thing is, like, not to overdo them, but if we was to get, like, one a year, do you know what I mean? Like, something like that on the main roster, like, that would be fine. I wish they would have security rush into the ring and make it more real. I take a ladder and bash someone with it. I am going to get tasered and being arrested. Maybe a pay-per-view. What do you mean, William? You want security to make it feel more real? What, do you mean if, like, a wrestler is having a normal match and they grab a weapon and they're not meant to? I mean, I must admit, I do wish, I mean, this is the boomer in me, I do wish that the rules were followed more closely, and if they're broken, then I wish there were repercussions. I mean, the amount of time, it just is pro wrestling, though. It's always been that way. Well, maybe not always, but it's all, like, as far as I can remember, and going back even further, going back to, like, the 70s and whatever, there's always been outside interference, and there's always been cheating and weapons being used. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, Mr. Fuji using his cane or throwing salt in the eyes and stuff like that. Like, do you know what I mean? If you used to clamp down on that, you're kind of removing a large part of professional wrestling. That, to be honest, I don't think fans have got, like, a problem with. But I do think that there is a line. Definitely there is a line. The thing that always gets to me is, like, why don't the management turn around and just say, if you interfere, you will be suspended? Because straight away, that stops people interfering. And if they do interfere, you would have to think it would be on a rare occasion when it was really important. And they would then obviously get suspended after. And, like, you've got a whole storyline there then. So that I do wish there was, like, a little bit more of that kind of stuff that was explored, and that kind of stuff that was, do you know what I mean? Like, I kind of think that because it's all so loose, it's too loose. It's too loose. Like, I wish it was all just tightened a little bit. I think wasn't it for the Pure tournament in Ring of Honor? They said that if anyone came down and interfered during that tournament, they would be suspended. Which I thought was, I thought was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. I've never understood why they've never enforced that rule, to be honest. All I want is just no more roll-up finishes. Is that too much to ask for? James said it's like Hell in a Cell is now ruined because we get a lot of them these days instead of it feeling special. Yeah, I agree. I think the. It's better if you don't have a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and it's when you need it, when you need Hell in a Cell, then do a Hell in a Cell. If you need a ladder match, then do a ladder match. But yeah, I wouldn't force them. Just have like, you know, one a year, something like that. But just when needed. And if you don't end up having one a year and you miss a year, then, you know, so be it. But yeah, I agree with that. William says, yes, Days, but not this level of brutality. I would like to see things that make it much more real, like Rock being suspended was great. Interesting. No, it's interesting. It sparked an interesting conversation. Like, a wrestler just loses it, and then, like, you know, police comes down. But the problem you've got is if a wrestler loses it, how is that any different to what we see? Do you know what I mean? When someone comes down and interferes, and a wrestler, like, starts beating him up. We've seen, like, look at, like, I don't know, Bayley turning on Sasha. Was it last year? Bayley turned on Sasha. She went crazy on her, beating her up. No one came down and stopped it. So the problem is when you've got stuff like that happening and it goes unpunished, it's kind of like, it's difficult then to, do you know what I mean? Like, have it go even further, and then where is the line where the police would interfere? Do you know what I mean? I kind of think, like, if it was all tightened a little bit, I'm not saying, like, get rid of it, right? I'm just saying just tighten it a bit. I think, like, I think it would be better. It's all very loose at the moment. I look at AEW. I mean, they have brawls all the time. That's become a bit of a joke now. How many people come down and have brawls in AEW? We are back to the action. And we've got Kaylie Ray on the outside. It's the WWE curse of having 12 pay-per-views a year. If Hell in a Cell wasn't a pay-per-view, they'd have to come up with another name, another concept. I think I feel like that would be quite easy to do, though. I mean, I do think, like, King of the Ring, for example, King and Queen of the Ring, would be a good pay-per-view. You know, you could do the semi-finals and the final of that. Vince just doesn't like tournaments, so he doesn't want it. But, I mean, you could do one of them being a tournament. Obviously, you've got Money in the Bank. And I think you could come up with, like, a new match type. I think there's definitely... I can't believe that we've done all the kind of matches we could do in wrestling. Like, I believe that there's another Royal Rumble type match out there. Not like the Rumble, but do you know what I mean? Something that uses a few people and maybe... I don't know if people come down at different times or whatever it might be. What about if you got a bigger ring? What if you got a ring that was like 4 times bigger and did something with that? I mean, that could be its own pay-per-view show. Maybe you do a battle royal with everyone from Raw, NXT, and SmackDown all in one ring. The ring is 4 times bigger, and like it's gimmicky and see, but people would want to see it, and they would tune in, and the winner gets a title opportunity, and it's like just as important as the Royal Rumble, but it's not the Rumble. It's a battle royal in a bigger ring. I mean, maybe it doesn't need to be 4 times bigger. Perhaps you just make it like whatever. Do you know what I mean? But, like, I think you could come up with concepts to replace Hell in a Cell, to replace TLC. I think you could come up with better things. Dakota is climbing. Dakota trying to get up to the top of the ladder. And Kaylie Ray is grabbing Dakota's leg. Ooh, oh, man, that was pretty brutal. She just pulls Dakota, and Dakota kind of like slumps down. Her head kind of hit the ground. I think she's all right, but man, that didn't quite go to plan, I don't think, but it was close enough. It's close enough where it's not like a bad botch or anything, but it could have been. She had like Dakota in the ladder, and she like slammed her back. Kaylie Ray's at the top. She's going to grab it. She's got her hands on it. She's got it. Kaylie Ray has done it. So Kaylie Ray has grabbed the ladder, grabbed the briefcase from the ladder. So the face team are celebrating. The heel team are frustrated. So Kaylie Ray has done it. KLR. I thought TNA had something unique with the 6-sided ring. Yeah, well, they did because they change it when Hogan came in, and the fans demanded it back, didn't they? They wanted it back, so I think they ended up switching back to it. They have now. Its Impact gone to a normal ring, but I think there was a lot of love for the 6-sided ring. Not from the wrestlers though, because apparently the way that it was built actually meant that it had a lot of metal structures underneath, and apparently it was hard as hell. I've heard that ring just had no give to it whatsoever. So I don't think the wrestlers liked it. Jim said it's weird when faces get the advantage in War Games. War Games. We're seeing Kaylie with that NXT briefcase in her hand. Celebrating. What about a battle royal in a Royal Palace street fight? No ring, just NXT, Raw, SmackDown. All have to fight until the last man standing. No holds barred. Everything is legal. Could be fun. I like the idea of no ring. I like that idea. I like the idea of the ringside area with the barricades. So you've got the barricade, you've got the ringside area, you've got the mats on the ground, you've got everything as it normally would be, but there's no ring. And they all fight within that kind of... They fight in the what would be the ringside area, but there's no ring. So it's all, do you know what I mean? Just like this big war zone. You could make it look really cool. And you could have loads of weapons around, and yeah, I mean, you could do something like that, definitely. Or you could have a bigger ring, as we said, and do a battle royal, or I'm sure there's loads of stuff you guys could come up with. Right, we've got, is this an advert for WWE Shop? No, WrestleMania tickets, I think. Give the gift that always delivers. WrestleMania tickets. I'm telling you, if you was in America or anywhere, and you got them for Christmas, that is a good gift. That is a great gift. WrestleMania tickets. Great match, but the wrong person won, said Joseph. Brian, see you later, dude. What would you do if I broke into your house? Probably ask you to leave, to be honest. Because the dog would be going crazy, I can tell you that much. And I'd probably be having to stream quite soon after. So, if you're hoping that we're going to sit down and have a chat, it's probably not going to happen. I pretty much sleep, eat, and stream. Repeat. Colin said, Days, how long will the WWE Network be on Peacock? Will it be forever? Yes, for the foreseeable future. Haven't they paid $1 billion for it? So, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how long it's for. But, yes, I mean, it's there for years and years. And I would imagine there's every chance that it's going to be extended. So, Tharuka, shout out to you. I hope you are well. William said, I would love seeing things used and expensive artifacts destroyed. Stuffing someone into a fireplace would be epic. Pinning someone by collapsing a wall onto them. Well, okay, and that's a EC dub, EC dub, EC dub. Do you think Big E will hold his WWE title until WrestleMania? Yeah. He might drop it just before, and then they might have him try to win it back at WrestleMania, but I don't think they'll do that. So, I'll say, yeah. Eat, sleep, stream, repeat. Days is the silver stream machine. Totes. Are you excited for War Games? I'm going to be honest. No. I'm not. I can't say I'm excited for it. We are watching it, and we'll see what happens. But I've said before, so I'd be lying if I was to say something else. It's probably my least favorite show that NXT do. I don't like War Games. I like the old War Games, but I don't like these War Games. I think they're just full of spots, and it's just not my kind of thing, to be honest. It's not my kind of thing. And I think if you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them as well. So yeah, I'm not really feeling it. I think the women's one's probably interesting me more because I think Toxic Attraction are being pushed. So them being one of the teams with Dakota Kai, at least I can kind of look at that and go, yeah, okay. The men's one just feels like it's been thrown together, to be honest. The men's one just doesn't seem to have much of a story to it. It just seems very thrown together. But I think the women's one, it's like the women kind of standing up against Toxic Attraction. So that one kind of grabs me a little bit more. But actual War Games itself, it just tends to be full of spots, and it's not my kind of thing. Vape Ross Vape says, Infinito is AEW's new luchador. It's a hell of a wrestler. Infinito. Is that the one they think is Bryan Danielson? We got Ikemen Jiro backstage with grizzled young veterans. Here's Kushida. Shh. Everyone's shushing. Who's that? Okay. Cameron Grimes. To the moon. Cameron Grimes versus Andre Chase. Boom. This men's War Games is old school versus new school, says Alexa Bliss Gamer. Most of the time, it's the same thing. They do end the same. Right, we've got Cameron Grimes grabbing Andre Chase by the leg, and we are up and running. So, good first match. I actually think this NXT's been pretty good, pretty decent. I like that opening match. I like the opening to NXT. We go pretty much straight into this this match here. Against the ropes goes Andre Chase. LA Knight hasn't ever been in NXT that long, so how is he old school? Dave in Real Life said Cameron Grimes looks less hairy these days. He does, yeah. He's had a little tidy up. If someone broke into my house and was searching for money, I would help them search because I have no money, says Moldy Spoon. Zachary said Grimes seems uncomfortable. He goes hard into the corner there. Andre Chase just hurled him hard into the corner. And again into that middle turnbuckle. It's okay, dogs love me. I'll probably bring steak. Oh, well, let me tell you, you'll be very popular around this house. Let me tell you. If you bring in steak, Flip, she won't want you to leave. She can absolutely be bought, that dog. Absolutely, she can be bought. So, yeah, if you bring in steak, you'll be her best friend forever. What's the difference between the Christmas alphabet and the ordinary alphabet? The Christmas alphabet has Noel. We got there. Days, I would love to see Cyber Sunday Taboo Tuesday return, even if it's only for a one-off. Yeah, it'd be good. It was always fun. I don't think they ever actually went with what people voted for. I'm pretty sure it was all sorted in advance. But if they would actually run a proper poll and go with it, then yeah, it could be fun. Cameron Grimes has got the win. Cameron Grimes, congratulations. Right, we're just hearing from Duke Hudson. Congratulations on your final victory with a full head of hair. He's put together some photos of what Cameron Grimes will look at without hair. Let's have a look. Oh, no, different styles. There's one. Karen Grimes. Yeah, it's nice. People are booing. It's funny. He looks so weird. He looks young, doesn't he, without facial hair? Is that really what he looks like without facial hair? What's the next one? Oh, that is nice. Yeah, that's nice. He's got a thick moustache. He's got bowl cut. In my mind, that is pretty much what's that's the bald one there. The internet says all I did was make you more handsome, so we're going to change that. I'm going to take the hair and I'm going to take the beard. Cameron Grimes says that he's going to take the hair and he's going to take the beard. Grimes grabs Andre Chase. What's Cameron Grimes going for? He's got clippers. He's going to shave Andre Chase. He's just... That's not very fair, is it? What? One of his students has come down to grab Andre Chase. It's not a very nice thing to do. At War Games, I'm shaving you bald, says Cameron Grimes. This is boring, said Black Mask. Grimes wins. Duke discovered the creator wrestler on 2K20, said Brad. Right, we're seeing there's Beth Phoenix. Wade Barrett has got a Toxic Attraction shirt on. Stu Bennett has got a personal gift from Toxic Attraction. He's sporting the Toxic Attraction shirt. I do love Beth Phoenix on commentary. She's brilliant. Johnny Gagano is going to be in the ladder match tonight. Who represents Team 2.0? If there's... well, it might be Bron. Bron could win. Bron, Tony, or Carmelo. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think it'll be? Who do you think will end up facing Johnny? Do you think it'll be... Like, people love Tony... But Bron's probably the bigger star, isn't he? I reckon it's between Tony and Bron. If I voted, I would vote Tony. I want to see Tony against Johnny Gagano. So if I was voting, I'd vote Tony. Jim said, I've got zero interest in that upcoming hair versus hair match. Andre said, Wade Barrett should move back to the main roster. Who do you want to see in the main event of Night 1 and Night 2 at Mania? I want to see... I feel one should be the men, one should be the women. So, I want to see... Well, it's Big E versus someone, or it's Roman versus someone. You see, Roman Brock... We've seen it so many times. I just don't know that I'm that excited for it. And Roman Drew just... Drew doesn't do it for me. It's hard, isn't it? It's tricky. I mean, obviously you'd want it to be Roman Rock, but everything points to that being WrestleMania 39. So... I don't know. Honestly, right? I'm gonna give you an answer that it won't be, but it's what I would go with. I would go with Big E versus Roman Reigns, title versus title. That grabs me. Like Roman versus Brock doesn't really grab me. Roman versus Drew doesn't grab me, but I loved Roman Big E. And if we do it again, but this time title versus title, I'm down for that. So Roman versus Big E, title versus title, Night 2. Night 1. Maybe Charlotte Bayley. But that would mean like Bayley being a face again, which I'm not sure I want to do. I love Bayley as a heel. But I don't remember Charlotte Bayley as a feud. And I'm thinking Bayley, when she comes back, she'll probably go to SmackDown. So Charlotte Bayley is quite tempting. Charlotte Bayley's quite tempting. I'd rather see Roman versus Days over Drew, says Top Tier. Big E is a weak champion, says Andre. AJ versus Triple H, says Moldy Spoon. Edge versus AJ for the next Mania. It's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky. Who will the Rumble winner face? Depends who the Rumble winner is. Charlotte Bayley happened in 2016 and 2019. Did they feud? I can't remember a feud. You're forgetting about the Royal Rumble. I'm forgetting about the Royal Rumble. Why am I forgetting about the Royal Rumble? I've just said the winner of the women's side should debut like Night 1. The winner of the men's side should do Night 2. Right, we are back to the action. Yes, they feuded. Oh, I don't remember it. I don't remember it. What? Who is this? What is this? This is... Solo and I are not that different. I don't know who this is. Idris Enofe. Idris Enofe is on the way. Right. Johnny Gargano. Who's he facing, though? They're talking about how do you feel about War Games, so I think we got Johnny Wrestling chants. They're building him up to get squashed. Idris Enofe was good on 205 Live. Michael said, he looks like I know him from somewhere. Okay, Carmelo Hayes is talking away. Before Bayley's heel turn, she feuded with Charlotte. She lost her title, then won it back the next SmackDown after destroying her buddies. Bron Breakker was a face. So weird he's in the heel team. When I shoot, I don't miss, says Carmelo Hayes. Grayson Waller is cutting a bit of a promo now. He had a decent match. Was it last week against Tommaso? Someone interrupted. Grayson Waller. Someone interrupted. I don't know if it was Trick Williams or whatever. Here's Bron. He wasn't happy, was he, Grayson Waller? Grayson Waller was talking, and then, like, someone went, yeah, and he went, and had a little look like, who are you to interrupt me? So he didn't seem happy about that. Or maybe it was Tony. Bron says, I'm coming for the NXT Championship. Here's Tony. He said, these 4 guys paved the road. Peter Poppins. He's calling out Peter Poppins. Okay. Here we go. We're about to find out who is facing. The winner is. God, the milk in this. Bron Breakker is the one. Bron Breakker is the one. So it's going to be Bron Breakker versus Johnny Gagano. Here's Johnny. I can hear Johnny. Wait, I can't see him, but I can hear him. Right, there's Johnny. Gagano versus Breakker. Interesting match, isn't it? Yeah, I'm interested. Johnny Wrestling chants from the crowd. Tonight you get your opportunity. The big bad booty nephew himself. Booty nephew chants. How about you show these people you're not just a booty nephew? I don't even know what that means. Edward, shout out to you. That was good. Starting a reference. Okay, well, the match is made. The match is made, and we are just seeing a dude in the crowd that's got a Bron Breakker jumper on. Right, we're backstage with Kyle O'Reilly, and we've got Von Wagner. They're going to be taking on Legado del Fantasma. We've still got that coming up. And there's Legado. Santos Escobar is looking like a priest. So we're just seeing Legado del Fantasma. History is written by the victors. Okay. Next, Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner versus Legado del Fantasma. Winners will face Imperium. So, Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner versus Legado del... I'll do. Brock Friday this Friday. Save up to 50% off championship titles and tees. Brock Friday. Guys, it's Brock Friday this Friday. Make sure you're celebrating Brock Friday, guys. Make sure you're celebrating it. That reminds me of LA Knight when he was Eli Drake in Impact. He tagged with Steiner, and Steiner was Big Bad Booty Daddy. Eli was calling himself the Big Bad Gravy Daddy. Brock Friday. Thruka said, I've got Spider-Man No Way Home tickets, and I am excited. I am excited for you, Thruka. I hope you have a good time. I hope you have a good time. Legend Killer, shout out to you. We are just at commercial break. We've got 15 minutes to go till we get to the halftime scores. I think the show's been pretty solid. I must admit, I don't think any of them promos really did it for me. I don't think there was really anything there that really grabbed me. I just didn't feel like anyone really said anything from those heels. But it's fine. It is what it is. I think, as we said, the first match we had tonight was pretty decent. And I think the show's been all right. Did you see the new Bloodline t-shirt last night? Did I see the new Bloodline t-shirt last night? I feel like I did, but I can't remember it. Let's have a look. New Bloodline shirt. Is it this red one? Because that's not what I'm thinking. I'm not really thinking anything, but I am thinking I saw a different design. Where's the new stuff? Let's have a look. Bloodline. There's a red one. Rick Boogs. Don't know. Is it that red one? If it's the red one, then it's not what I was thinking of. But this is the shop. and you can see they've got a red one. I just saw a different thing on there as well, which grabbed me. Rock limited edition poster, which is kind of cool. NXT Bloodline cap. Rick Boog shirt. Bron Breakker. That's what I saw someone in the dude. What's it say in the back? Beat them at their best. Beat them at their best. So these are some of the kind of newer items. Girl. There's a girl shirt with Bianca Belair on the back. Joe Gacy shirt as well. And look at that snowman hitting an RKO out of nowhere. It's pretty fun. Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking of that one, so I don't think I mustn't have seen it. Girl. Right, we've got MSK again. They're trying to get to their shaman, whatever. They've been doing this for weeks. It's took you 5 weeks. The shaman is inside. Who is the shaman? He's getting upset at the GPS system. Am I shaman acceptable? So they're outside excited, waiting to go inside. There's a green door. I mean, it looks like it's being lit up by a green light. Who's it going to be? There's a bright light. Who's him? We don't see. We just see like someone standing there. It's him. Who is it? Who do you think it is? Jose, shout out to you. I don't think MSK were really driving. It's still real to me, damn it. Who is it? Was that Parker? I don't think so. I think it's... I'm guessing it's meant to be like a legend or someone like that. It's the Wepacker. It's Bray. Bray's back. This is how they're bringing Bray back, guys. Yeah, guys, it was the Fiend. It's Triple H. That's an interesting shout. Triple H is an interesting shout. Edward Brown, you like the look of the new Cena shirt. Volta, maybe. Don't think so, because he's connected with Imperium, isn't he? Watch it be Shawn Michaels, says Dave in real life. Days, look at my old friend Cassidy Wade. No! No one knows who it is. Right, we are underway. It's Elias. Do you think he is back as the shaman? It's Braun Strowman. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin, says Sonny. Right, kick coming in by Kyle O'Reilly. Headbutt coming in by Von Wagner. Kyle O'Reilly working on the arm. Tag, Legado coming in. Whacking Wild, working together there. Wild and Mendoza. Just seeing Elektra Lopez and Santos Escobar enjoying what they're seeing. It's Tony Khan. It's Tony Khan. They have a new Fiend Ugly Christmas sweater on WWE Shop. Has it gone straight on sale? It's gotta be Kane. It's gonna be William Regal or James Ellsworth with muscles and he's taller. Kick to the midsection. Vape Ross Vape says, Days, don't squeeze the shaman. Dude, I wouldn't. I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dream of doing that. It's very disrespectful. USA Network, they're showing Licorice Pizza. What, the new film? Are you sure? Is it like the actual proper one? Why would they be showing that? I thought it was in cinemas. Trey Gaming said it's Days. He's backstage looking for Elektra Lopez, but he's found MSK instead. Well, isn't that the story of my life? Looking for a pretty lady and I find MSK instead. Von Wagner coming over. Working, they work all right together. I just don't feel like the chemistry is that great between Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. Elektra Lopez is looking really good. Brad said they showed the trailer. Is that XY on? XY on's come out. There's a lot of XY on fans, and Elektra Lopez looks. He looks like a magician, doesn't he? Does anyone else think he looks like a magician? I feel like he's about to do an illusion. I don't want to up my friends. XY on is back. Is that XY on? Yeah, XY on here. All the bright lights hurt my eyes, says Paige. Yes, yes, Quinn is here. Quinn is here, the mighty Quinn. It could be Samoa Joe, says Hype Man. That's true. That would be if he's ready to return. Is this how they would bring him back, though? Shaman. I mean, they're a tag team, so I feel like it needs to be someone that's specialized in tag team wrestling. And I can't quite think who that would be, to be honest. Do you know who would be good? Bubba Ray Dudley. Bubba Ray Dudley would be good. It's XY on. The X is a Z. It like Zion. X Zion. X Zion. XY Zion. XY Zion Quinn. Bakayuka said XY on has the look, but he is still not ready for any mic work. Mic work. Mic work. Mic work. It's Tony Khan and his dad. I think it's Rob Van Dam or William Regal. Austin is simping. It's Marty Jannetty. Oh, yes, you've called it. You've called it. That is it. That is it. It's Marty Jannetty. He is the shaman of, he's the shame man. He's definitely the shame man. Well, if they go, are you the shaman? And he goes, I'm the shame man. I'm a man that's full of shame for all the things I've done. And they're like, oh, okay. Do you know where the shaman is, though? And he's like, do you mean Sean? Yeah, it's Marty Jannetty. XY Zion Quinn. Big fan. It could be John Morrison. He might have just signed for NXT. I'm just saying. He is called the Shaman of Sexy. That's a good point. It's a good point. The only thing is, though, that they started this 5 weeks ago, didn't they? Like, they've been doing it for weeks, and, like, you only got released the other week, so... I don't know. It would make sense. Days, I've been thinking, what if I do a perv corner stream once a week for an hour? What do you think? We could talk about pervy wrestling things. I think it would be brilliant. I don't know how long your channel would last for, but I think it'd be a hell of a ride. Look at this. XY on Zion. XY Zion. XY Zion. XY Zion is making his way round. And Elektra Lopez staring at each other. Oh, and he just starts going at Santos Escobar. Elektra Lopez did nothing there. She just kind of like moved out the way. Here we go. Drop kick, kip up. It's going to be Linda. It's going to be Linda. Pole door days. Pole door days. It's Kevin Sullivan. It's Shane McMahon. It's one half of the Bushwhackers. I'd love that. I wish it was one half of the Bushwhackers. Are they both still with us? I don't know. Luke and Butch. Could be Knobs. Couldn't it? Could be Knobs. It might, after all the smoke clears, Knobs might be there. It's football day. Houston said Mendoza can get released, but Wild is definitely staying. Also, why is he in a 2K trailer? I just joined. Who is the Shaman? We think it's Knobs or one of the Bushwhackers or Marty Jannetty. This is a great promo. I don't know why fans are complaining. WWE are not copying AEW. It's not like AEW invented a promo. It's Undertaker. Duh. Tagging comes Mendoza. Over in the corner goes Kyle O'Reilly. Big strike back. Nails. It's Nails. Sean Stasiak. Oh, my God. Yes. Former WWF champion, Sean Stasiak. Knee strike by Von Wagner. It's gotta be Kane. Both the Bushwhackers are still alive. Maybe it's both them. Maybe it's both. A tag legend would make sense. Dudley, Booker T. Booker T would be great, wouldn't it? Imagine if it was Booker. Yeah, that's a good shout, Booker. I think the Ultimate would have been Animal, but he passed away, didn't he? A few years ago. So I think he would have, if he was still alive, he would be my guess. He would easily be my guess. Because I think the Road Warriors are the greatest tag team. And I think Animal, Hawk obviously passed away long ago. But if Animal was still around, he would have been my pick. But no, it won't be, obviously. Gable Steveson. It's going to be Gable Steveson. That tag team wrestling veteran. No, he got drafted to Raw, didn't he? So I don't think it's going to be. Bubba isn't signed with WWE, so maybe Devon. It's going to be Matt Hardy. It's going to be Matt Hardy. Right, we're seeing some strikes being exchanged here. We're actually past the halfway point. As soon as we get to the next commercial break, we will do the halftime scores. Paul Ellering. He looked a bit bigger than that, I think. I think he the way he walked, it looked bigger than like an old man that's a manager. Yeah, I feel like what Moldy was saying is probably pretty close. One of them, Booker or Bubba Ray. Wagner pulls the top rope down. Knee strikes coming in by Kyle O'Reilly. XYZ on Quinn was here, so NXT is going to be 10 out of 10. Von Wagner has won. I wonder if it'll be Scotty Too Hotty. Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner get the win, and they will go on to face Imperium. It'll be Rick Steiner. It'll be Bob Backlund. It'll be Tiger Woods. It's Tony Khan, and I will die on that hill. Yeah. I agree with all. It's Eric Bischoff. It's Glock Anderson. It's Hornswoggle. So, Imperium versus O'Reilly and Von Wagner this Sunday. NXT Tag Team Championship match. Beth Phoenix says, can you ever just admit that you're wrong? To Stu Bennett. We've got Johnny Gagano against Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker. That would be better. In that picture there, he looks like a Chad Gable on steroids. I'm getting fiber optic cable internet this month. I will have unlimited streaming power. It's Ollie, said Gloomsinger. Yes, Ollie. It is Ollie at the wheel, Ollie at the wheel. Na 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 na. It's Ollie. That's a great shout. Is she wearing shoes? I think that woman's just wearing socks. Right, here's Joe Gacy, Bron Breakker, and Britt Breakker. Britt Breakker and Bron Breakker. DMD. Right, we've got Joe Gacy. Lots of love. Because they're labeling it Team Black and Gold versus Team 2.0, I have a feeling that Team 2.0 is gonna win, says Ryan. D Hop Gaming said, if you think about it, remember when MSK got pulled over and they had something in the bag and they said don't open it? It could have been weed, so it could be RVD, which is Rob Van Dam. It'll be Spike Dudley. Spike Dudley. Days, I said it was Ollie first. Yeah, I mean, a big shout out. A huge shout out to the Gloom Singer. Gloom Singer, who that's the first person I saw who said Solskjaer. So yeah, well done to the Gloom Singer. Absolutely brilliant. Really funny. Probably my favourite one that has been said so far. So Gloom Singer, shout out to you. Right, get in your half-time scores. We are 7 minutes past the half-time scores. So if you do want to put half-time scores plus 7 minutes, that's fine. Just, it's just good for admin. But, yes, half-time scores are what you think about the show. Could it be Bray or Mama Days? It might be both. The Shaman could be Elias. Austin says 10 out of 10. Have you seen all 20 England goals? 20-0. No. Brad says 7. Joseph says 9.5. Zachary says 6. Smurfy Tunes says 7 Bron Breakkers. Brandon says 10. Moldy Spoon says 6.5. Nicole said halftime scores any amount of Shamans out of 10. Liv and Zelina said 8.5. Dylan says 10. Brady's heard about the new Tim Hortons thing. Austin said halftime scores plus 7 minutes, 10 out of 10. Bunkers says 4. William said a huge shout out to Vinegar for keeping women fresh for 50 plus years. Yeah, guys, big shout out to Vinegar. Doing God's work. Doing God's work. Thank you, William, for raising up Vinegar there. Trey Gaming says 6.75. Bryant says 8.5. Tim Hortons has come out with new Timbits called Tim Bibs. Okay. 6.5. Tension starting to heat up for this half-ass pay-per-view of War Games. War Games is never going to be the War Games that we love in NXT without William Regal calling it out. Legend Killer says 6.5. Hype Man 15 says 7.75. Ryan says 7. Daniel says 8.5. Sonny says Tim Biebs. Trey says 6.75. Is that got something to do with Bieber? Has it got something to do with Bieber? Because that's what happens to me. It's named after Justin Bieber. Sorry. Is that what he says? When they announced it, did they say sorry? I don't know any of his songs. That's it. I literally know that one. You said a moment, but you tell me. Cause I'm sorry. That's it. Tiffany's Epiphanies. Oh, yeah, we've got Tiffany on the way. I forgot about Tiffany. I wasn't born with, like, a silver spoon in my mouth because silver is so ratchet. She wears the hottest clothes. They're just a bunch of numbers. Price tags are just a bunch of numbers. My dad says I can be anything I want, and I want to be an NXT superstar. Right, here's Joe Gacy. What the flip is going on in the ring? Who's the dudes in the ring? My name is Joe Gacy. There is Holland. Jeez, these are like the last kids to get picked on the playground. got Joe Gacy and Holland. And then we've got like 3 what look like jobbers. One of them, the big dude, looks like he's just stepped out of flipping Tekken or something. We've got Tekken. We've got Dakota Kai wannabe. No longer. Okay. I invited these competitors to give me their best fight. Days, where did the toy hunt go from the other day? I'll get to it in a sec. Hang on. Sit back, relax. Enjoy your glimpse at our future. So, Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Okay, so it's going to be, what, 3-on-1. So it's Joe Gacy taking on 3 jobbers. He said, it doesn't matter about size. It doesn't matter about gender. I am all-inclusive. And this is what my reign would look like if I become the Cruiserweight champ. That dude, Joe Gacy, is freaking weird. Gacy is pro-fat people. He's facing jobbers. He's facing some of them sweet, sweet jobbers. Some of them sweet jobbers. Yeah, C-Shop 06, the toy hunt, I took it down because there was a few comments that were coming in of people saying they found the voice annoying. So, like, because it's only just gone up, I was like, if I'm going to do something about it, I've got to do it now. So, I took it down. I like it. I genuinely like the toy hunt. But, I love the toy hunt, and I liked the voice as a one-off. But there was just a few comments coming through. Not loads, but enough to make me go, do I do something about it? Do I not do something about it? I didn't know what to do. So I've changed the voice, and it's going to be back up on Thursday. You'll see there's a premiere for it. I've added a few extra little graphics in there, but it's basically the same toy hunt. But there is a few extra little bits in there, but the main difference is I changed the voice. So that goes up on Thursday, so it is coming back. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, then you took it down. I like that voice. I like that voice as well. Well, at least you got to see it. I mean, it's gone. So if you did watch it, you got to see the rare version. That's what you got to see. You got to see how it was originally intended to be seen. But there was just enough people saying, I don't like it, it's distracting, stuff like that. There was just enough to make me go, do I leave it or do I do something about it? So I've done something about it. Right, Diamond Mine have come out. Let me speak to Roderick Strong. Leave your people outside. Bivens, man. That was funny. He went to the bottom of the stairs. He went, ooh, as he climbed up the stairs. Ooh. And I was like, what's he going to do? And as soon as he got in, he went, you've messed up now, Joe. Oh, you've messed up now, Joe. Gacy is hiding behind Holland. Here's Solo Sikoa. He's going to step into the ring with the street champion of the island. Yeah, don't worry about it. No one understands Boa. Punch him in the face. Right, we're going to see this Idris Elba. We've got Solo Sikoa against Idris Elba next. Solo Sikoa versus Idris Elba. I mean, that is quite the get for them, to be honest. I didn't expect them to be able to get someone of the caliber of Idris Elba, but it's very exciting news. Please say your next video has Tony's accent. Oh, God, could you imagine if I did that? Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Thai Hunt. We're going down to the meat market, ma. We're going to go to the meat market. Going to look for toys down at the meat market. I could understand if people went, wow, I find that distracting. Why are you guys saying intergender match? Because, Austin, it's funny. Intergender match, intergender match, intergender match. Try it. It's good. Days, is Jim Cornette even a WWE superstar or not? Should he go into the Hall of Fame or should he even be SmackDown ring announcer? Well, he is. I mean, like, he's more known for his outside of WWE work. He was never a wrestler. He was a manager. And he managed quite a few people, actually. I remember him managing, like, Vader and Yokozuna, Owen and Bulldog, and he managed a few people. So, and he did commentary as well. So, I don't know. I mean, do you class managers? Do you class Paul Bearer as a WWE superstar? I suppose you would. Did he do enough to go into the Hall of Fame? I think he goes in for his contribution in wrestling 100%. I don't know that if you was just judging his WWE stuff, if he would go in for that. But I think you can definitely put it 1,000% he goes into any wrestling Hall of Fame. 1,000,000%. For what he did, like, you know, he did a lot, man. He did a lot. Around, I mean, like, he was around in wrestling for I don't know how many decades. But yeah, he did a lot. He had his own promotion with Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He was in WCW, he was in WWE, he was in NWA. One of the best managers of all time. I mean, absolutely. But I don't know if what he did, if you just judged it on WWE, if that would be enough. But his whole contribution to wrestling, definitely. Have you ever been to Disneyland? I don't know. Is that the one in Florida? If it's the one in Florida, yes, but I always get them mixed up. I don't know which one's Disneyland and which one's Disney World. Did you see the Impact's rating on Thanksgiving? It got 48,000 total views. Thanksgiving didn't help, but is this the place Wyndham is really going to? I don't think so. I also don't think so. It's only got 48,000 views on TV. That can't be right. I don't believe that. That can't be right. It can't. I mean, like, NWA was putting on, like, Power episodes on YouTube, and it was getting, like, double that. So I don't think a show that's on TV would only get 48,000, would it? That doesn't strike me as correct. Solo Sikoa making his way out. Disney World is the one in Florida. Oh, I've been there then. Solo Sikoa making his way out. Solo Sikoa. I do look at him and see an Uso, to be honest. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure about Solo Sikoa. I look at him and I see Usos. I think as a solo star, I could see him like getting Intercontinental, like being around the mid-card. I think he'd be a good addition to the bloodline, of course, and he would go after a mid-card title, but I don't see someone that's going to be the new face of WWE. Credit one. Idris Elba. Idris Elba's here, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he looks a bit different, but he looks in great shape. He looks in great shape, actually. Yeah, he looks good. It's the Uso's youngest brother. Mm-hmm. Bieber, Tim Biebs are sour cream chocolate chip, white chocolate fudge and waffle birthday cake. Disney World is a Joe Biden supporter. Yes, in Florida, look up my old friend Casey Wade. I am the tribal chief. I am the head of the table. Disney World is a Joe Biden supporter. I don't even know what that means. Does Disney World get to vote? I don't understand. I also don't need to understand. We keep this politics free. Days Solo is the head of the table. Brandon reported it on Twitter. He reports the ratings for every wrestling show in depth, and it's reliable. He's saying it's the lowest rating Impact had since it moved to AXS TV in 2019. I just find it hard to believe that a show on TV, I'm not saying that it's not true, I'm just saying that I find it hard to believe that a show on TV can get 49,000 views and that's it. I mean, surely the Impact fan base is bigger than that. I mean, normally they get like 200,000, I think, and you wouldn't expect. You'd expect a little drop maybe, but I wouldn't have expected 49,000. No way. Days, I've tweeted you. Can you check it out? Yes. What the heck is Robert Stone doing? He is in the entranceway looking at this match. Idris Elba with a standing moonsault. Against the ropes. 1, 2. Kick out by Solo Sikoa. Jennifer said it's not on a channel that's easy to get. What channel is it on, though? Kick to the midsection. It's on AXS, Access. Access isn't on all cable services. How many homes does it go into, though? I'm really interested to know. I really want to know. How many homes does it go into? Access channel. How many homes does it tell me? Access TV is available to 50 million households. This is according to the Wikipedia page. Access TV is an American channel devoted primarily to rock music, movies, combat sports, professional wrestling. Access TV is available to 50 million households in the United States as of December 2020. So how does that compare to TNT? How many households can get that? 89 million can get TNT. 50 million can get access. Don't know, man. I think that 49,000 is wild, if true. We got a splash by Solo Sikoa. And there we go. Solo Sikoa is attacked by Boa. Boa, who's got face paint. So it looks like we're building towards Boa and Solo Sikoa. Boa versus Sikoa. What happened to the Boomer woman? What happened to the old woman? Well, I don't know where she went. I didn't hear that she got let go. But so where did she go? Boa is the new Fiend. Yeah, it's a new Fiend. What's your favorite ride in Disneyland? My favorite ride in Disneyland was... Is that her? Is that her on the sofa? Dexter Lumis has left the hospital. Our match is next. Is that her asleep on the sofa? Have they completely changed the gimmick and now she's sleeping woman? Was she like old boomer grandma spooky woman and now she's sleeping woman? Lol, who is that girl asleep on the couch? I don't know if it might be Ming Jia or whatever her name was from Tianxia. Is she on your sofa? No. What was my favorite ride? Favorite ride? I don't know that the rides were that memorable, to be honest. I remember the rides more from like Universal. What was the one in the dark? Is it the Rock and Roller Coaster? I think that was pretty good. Space Mountain was pretty good. One of them. Do you think WWE should bring back managers? Should they bring back managers? I think, well, they kind of have got managers. I mean, you've got MVP. You've got, I suppose in a way, Paul Heyman, in a way. We did have Zelina. So I suppose you could do with some more. Because Zelina doesn't really well, she doesn't do that anymore. She's kind of in ring, isn't she? We went through a phase of having some because we did have a few managers around. We had Scarlett, obviously doing like the valet stuff for Carrion. But there hasn't been like a Heenan family. I suppose the closest we got was like maybe the Hurt Business. I don't know. You could bring a couple back, but I don't think they're like I don't think it's a big problem. I don't think it's like drastically missing or whatever. But you could bring a manager in, a couple of managers in, yeah. I thought Solo Sikoa was a car, says Kevin. No, a lot of people do think that when they see him, but he is actually a man. Zendaya and Tom Holland are dating. That is breaking news. Ledger Killer, shout out to you. Zachary said, who was sleeping? We don't know. It was in the background. I think it was that, whatever her name is, Mi Ying. I sent you Brendan's tweet of the in-depth ratings for Impact if you want to see it, says Daniel. Thank you. It's Mi Ying, but now she's called Wendy Chu. Sleeping Wendy Chu is her name. Sleeping Wendy. Dave said WWE needs a manager stable like we had with the Heenan family. Right, we are just at commercial break. We've got less than half an hour to go. Less than half an hour to go. Right, I don't know what's next. I think this show started well, and then I think it's fallen away a bit, to be honest. But I do think it'll come back in a blaze of glory with our main event. Here's XY Zion Quinn. He says, the way I see it, it's only just begun. I'm here alone. I admire someone that marches to the beat of their own drum. Good luck in your match next week against Santos. You're gonna need it. Yeah, dude. Don't trust her. Don't trust her. She's already broke my heart. I don't want to talk about it. Do you like the Burnt Fiend figure? I think it's all. I mean, I think it's all right. I think it's got a lot of detail on it. I think the hands look good. The burnt gloves look good. The melted mask looks all right. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks fine. I think the problem is that some of the colors are wrong. But in all fairness, you could get it and just like touch it up. I'm sure you could do it might need a little DIY job, but I reckon you could get it looking good. If anyone wanted to take that up as a challenge, and I'm sure many will. Persia Perrotta and Indi Hartwell. Vulisa wasn't even on screen long enough for me to read their flipping names. Indi Hartwell is just sad. She's just sad. She's glum. Indi Hartwell and Persia Perrotta, maybe? I don't know. I really don't like what they're doing with Indi. I don't like this team of her with Persia Perrotta. I don't like it. And before, they used to be funny. She used to be funny, and the way were funny. We don't get anything like that now. Now all we get is her looking glum. They've took all the fun away. All the fun has gone. All the fun has gone. These two do not look like they're ready to wrestle. I've never been to Disneyland or Disney Worlds. I like the Simpsons ride at Universal. I've never been on that. Yeah, I've never been, and it wasn't there when I went. It was, I think, Back to the Future when I went. William said, AEW Rampage fell under 700,000 viewers for the first time in its brief history, garnering 696. For the live AEW All Out Go Home show, the overall viewership was down 3.6 from last week. Indi's in a single leg Boston Crab. Makes the tag. In comes Persia. Clotheslines. Jobber's going down. Jobber's being chucked around. Lawn darted into the corner. On the shoulders and slammed down. Rolled over. 1, 2, 3, and job done. Job done, mate. Job flipping done. There we go. Indi Hartwell and Persia Pirotta get the job done. Who do you think will face Roman at day one? Might be Xavier. Or they might go, I mean, it'd be maybe a bit quick to build the Drew one, so maybe they're just going to stretch the Xavier thing out. Xavier or Drew would be my guess. I suppose we have got Brock around as well, but are they really going to do Roman Brock at day one and then we get it again at WrestleMania? I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? Garnering is a great word. It really is, and it doesn't get used enough. I like Indi Hartwell, but this team that she's part of is bland. Filler matches are terrible. It kills the momentum, says Real. Did you know that some people have died on Disney rides? Did I know that? I don't know. I've seen a video about like deaths at Disneyland. So I am aware that people have died there. But I don't know if I knew anyone had died on a ride. It's going to be Brock Drew for WrestleMania, says Trey. Since Liv for the upper hand on Becky this week, could you see Becky cheat to win next week? Set up a rematch. Liv wins at day one and is given her 4-week title reign and then drops it back to Becky at the Rumble. Maybe. I don't know. I think the whole thing's a flipping car crash. I really was not a fan of that segment at all. So, it's not got my interest, to be honest. And also I wouldn't do a 4-week title reign and all of that. I wouldn't do those things. I think if you're going to have it, have it. Gagano versus Breakker. So, yeah, if you're going to change the belt, change the belt. But I don't think they will. I think Becky will just keep it. We've got an advert for UFC 269. Johnny wearing his gear from the Andrade match, says Robin. Steve said Jeff Hardy will feud with Sami Zayn and take his opportunity because two heels can't compete, and it fits with the match last week. Right, we are at commercial break. We've probably got one more commercial break after this. 20 minutes to go. This should be a good main event. This should be a good way to see out the show. I really wish the old theme was back. Right. Johnny Gagano against Bron Breakker. I'm guessing Bron's going to get the win here. I'm guessing. What do you think? Who do you think gets the win? They've already given the women face team advantage. Would they give the men's face team advantage as well? I don't know. Maybe they would. Big Time Back said, if Becky does retain, could we see a return in Asuka or Alexa as the next challengers because competition is lacking? Well, I think Bianca's always around. She's not going anywhere. Yeah, I think this thing with Liv is just to kill a bit of time. I think that there's bigger matches for Becky. And I think that Liv is someone that people have wanted to see get an opportunity. She's been given an opportunity. I don't think it means she gets the title. I think it just, is a feud for Becky to have until she gets to maybe back around to the Bianca feud, or, as you said, maybe a return in Asuka or something along those lines. Plus, also, if they do this Liv feud and she doesn't win the title this time, they can always come back around to the rematch, and then maybe in the future they do give Liv the title. So I'm personally not reading too much into it. I'm just thinking, I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking that this is going to be pretty straightforward win. She might have to cheat, but it'll be a straightforward win for Becky. Probably with a bit of cheating in there. My real point is kids have parents that buy their kids tickets and buy merch. Kids as in under 18 and under. I know the target audience is 18 to 39, but how many care about wrestling? Alexa Bliss Gamer thinks it'll be Bron Breakker. Brandon thinks it'll be Johnny that is going to get the job done. Robin said do a poll. I could do a quick poll. Have to be super, super quick, though. Super quick poll. Who wins? Who wins? Is it going to be Bron or is it going to be Johnny? Who wins? I'm so excited for Brock Friday. Days announced 6 hours ago on It's gone. On December. It's gone. Something was announced 6 hours ago, and we will never know what it was. We will never know. Announced 6 hours ago, Vince McMahon loves cheese. What we got now? I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you. I'm what NXT needs. What's his name? Draco Anthony. Draco Anthony. Oh, Draco. Draco Anthony. Draco, Draco, Draco. Draco, Draco. Draco, Draco. Draco, Draco. Gone but never forgotten. Alex said, announced 6 hours ago on December 26th at Madison Square Garden. For the first time, we will get 2 steel cage matches on the same night. We will get Big E versus Seth versus Kevin and Lynch versus Bianca. Both are championship matches. Is that on TV or is it a house show? Primo said, am I the only one that can't see Liv standing with a title addressing the crowd when she's lacking confidence on the mic? Breaking news. The news is breaking. I repeat, the news is breaking. Yes, guys, we've just had it. We've just had some Bron breaking news. Bron breaking news. The tribal cheese is here. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. Legend Killer is looking forward to UFC 269. Same here, bud. Same here. How to train your Draco. How to train your Draco. Flipping this Draco dude sounds like he's just stepped out of Hogwarts. Draco, Draco, Draco. It's a house show. Bothered what they do at house shows. They can have 50 cage matches for all I care. They could have all the audience members sitting in their own little cages. And they might have to if what happened against Seth happens again. Primo said, Brian Alvarez is predicting we get 50,000 for night 1 of WrestleMania and 50,000 night 2 and a combined 100,000 for Vince. Maybe. I mean, like, honestly, we don't know what's happening with the pandemic, so I don't even know if there'll be a reduced capacity put in place or I don't know. Gagano with a crossbody. Play God of War song. Play God of War song. We can't play stuff on here because of copyright. Right, Bron Breakker with a forearm strike to the back of Johnny Gagano. He's carrying Gagano over to the edge of the ring and plants him on the edge of the ring. Bron grabbing the ladder. So Bron bringing the ladder over to the ring, and Johnny slides. Bron smashes Johnny in the face with the ladder. 83 votes we've had on our... I didn't even notice. 83 votes. We'll keep that poll going until we get to Johnny trying to climb the ladder. Bron is holding the ladder. Night 1 has already got 44,000. Oh, well, there we go. Gets the ropes, crossbody, and gets planted by Bron Breakker. Did you see Christmas Vacation or Part 2? I've seen Christmas Vacation. I've not seen Part 2. I didn't even know there was a Part 2. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Part 2. Didn't even know there was one. Days, Draco Malfoy. Malfoy. Right, Johnny on the edge of the ring. Cheese Whiz can't get enough cheese. Draco had a match against Roderick Strong on 205 Live. Goes for a clothesline. Johnny. Drop kick through the ropes. He hurls the ladder onto Bron. King Hoddle said this is fake. This is fake. Incorrect. This is very real. I am real. This is a real stream. The words I'm saying are real. They exist. So this is not fake. This is very, very real. This sofa is fake. We are going to picture-in-picture break, and we're 4 votes away from 100. Did you see the news of WWE paying for Moxley's rehab? Meltzer and Fightful have come out and said it's false after people twisted Meltzer's words. Yeah, I didn't... someone sent me it. I didn't believe it. Why not just use his real name of Rex Steiner? Because they have to change it, don't they, and own it and copyright it. And that way, if he goes elsewhere, he won't be able to use the name that he's known by. Think about it. I mean, like, you know what I mean? If they are going to spend a load of money in promoting him, they want to promote him as Bron Breakker. If he then leaves them and goes to AEW, he'd have to be Rex Steiner. Right, here we go, guys. This is going to give us a definitive answer. 101 votes. Who wins? Oh, look at it. I think, do you know what? How amazing is that? Because I reckon that one vote might have just been enough. That one vote might have just been enough to have said Johnny. Austin said 50-49. That makes no sense. Makes no sense. Yeah, it's because it'll be 50.1% and 49.9%. That's how close it is. That final vote. That final vote came in and it just went. Just pushed it over. Just pushed it over, didn't it? That is quite the result. That is quite the result. So Johnny edges it. There is a part 2. It's about Cousin Eddie. I watched part 2 last year. I didn't vote, and I think Bron said Serge. If you had, you could have got that back to 50-50. You could have got it back to 50-50. What happened with the booking of Otis ever since he shaved his head, beard, and turned heel? Has Vince given up? Well, I think he's given up on pushing him as a solo star. Yeah, he's in the Alpha Academy now. Right, 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go. We've got Bron Breakker. I might even get the poll set up. Set up, set up, set up. Right, we've got Johnny Gagano and Bron Breakker brawling either side of the ladder. Johnny over by the ropes, trying to push the ladder over. And the ladder goes over. Bron Breakker spills outside the ring. There's been a spillage at ringside. What do you score? WWE NXT. 8 out of 10. Johnny, 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 Johnny. Against the ropes goes Bron Breakker. Oh, below. Nasty landing. And that ladder fell on top of Johnny as well. Did you watch Jeff Jarrett podcast tonight? They talk about WCW in '99. Nope. It sounds interesting though. I'd give it a listen. What? I've got the picture's gone. Where's the picture gone? It just says BT Sport. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No show! No show! Oh no! Oh no! No show, no show. What's going on? Someone's pulled the plug. Someone's pulled the plug. Someone's gone, nope. Has this happened everywhere? Because I don't have it. I don't have the show. Do you have the show? Because I don't have the show. I've just got a little thing that says BT Sport. Oh, you're fired. Someone's getting fired. Uh-oh. Oh, Spaghetti-O! Is that the same everywhere? Same. Flippage. Man, this doesn't... No, it don't happen for this long, does it? BT Sport has botched it. They've botched it. Austin said, I've got the show. No, you don't. No, you don't. USA is still working. What? I've just got a grey screen and it says BT Sport. Toon Boy said the show has gone off. NXT 2.0 has no-showed. Cheese Whiz says, I've got the show. I've got the show. Brad said, still working in America. Raymond said, yeah, I'm still watching it. What is this? What is going on? I've been robbed, been robbed, been robbed. Been robbed, been robbed. Take that, says Austin. Dave said, same here, Days. Legend Killer says, where is my picture? Picture in picture. I don't have a picture. I don't even have picture in picture. There's not a picture to put in a picture. I've got no pictures. USA is working. USA is working. Well, I'm so pleased for you all. So pleased for you. Daniel said BT Sports here as well. Still on in America. Well, good for you. What in the world of witchcraft is this? Why is it taking so long? All you gotta do is turn it off and turn it on again. Come on, BT Sport. Do you reckon the guy that sat there is asleep right now? Like, do you reckon he's like dozed off? And when he comes on, there's a siren. Sirens going off. No transmission. No transmission. No transmission. No. Woo, woo, woo. It's fast asleep at the moment. Oh my God, there's no transmission. Get the picture. Where's the... Turn it off and turn it on again. Get the switch. I'd like to think all of that is happening at BT Sport right now. Instead, it's probably not like that. Instead, it's probably some dude sat there just on the phone like, hello, my name's Colin. Yes, we've got a problem. But it's dull. I bet what's actually happening is quite dull. In my mind, there's people running around. Oh my God! Like, there's just mass panic at BT Sport right now. There's not even a voice that goes, we apologize. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we're experiencing right now. We will bring you our regular viewing programming as scheduled as soon as we can. Thank you for your understanding. Like, we don't even get anything like that. Come on, BT Sports. There's only 3 minutes left. You're missing Bray. Bray is there. Brandy Rhodes is there. Oh, my God. CM Punk has interfered. It's a hell of a match. Here comes the Yeti. Oh, my, I can't believe it. I'm missing it all. Why is The Undertaker facing The Fiend? Wyndham is here. Wyndham is here. Norman at BT just left to make a cuppa and all chaos has kicked off. Right. We're back. Is it finished? Like, I'm just at a commercial? This is poor from BT Sport. Has it finished? We've got an advert. They've given us an advert. I don't want an advert. I want to see the end of the match. We've just gone to adverts. We're at adverts. We apologise for the loss of pictures and hope to correct the fault shortly. Jeez, it's a right mess. We just had a little graphic come up saying, we apologise for the loss of the picture. We hope to get it sorted shortly. Oh, I am so angry right now. I am going to write I might even start writing it. Breakker has won. Bron Breakker has won. I can't believe this. I cannot believe it. With advert guy watching Chelsea on the phone. I knew Breakker would win. I can't believe it. BT Sport, we've got Ronaldo. I think they've just moved on. I think they've just moved on. I think it went down and they've just left it. Well, there we go. Well, that's that. That's that, innit? Brawl time. Cool. Guys, there's a brawl happening right now. Can you tell me what's happening so that I can then tell you what's happening? Guys, Bron Breakker has won. There's a brawl that's happening. Yeah, a lot of people are saying no overtime. I think the show's just coming to an end. So, there we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the show. End of the show. If you did miss it, if you did miss the end of the show, Bron Breakker wins. There's obviously a brawl at the end, and the show ends like that. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think it's set up War Games really well. I think that has set up War Games really, really well. So, yeah, I'm really excited about. Yeah, it's over now. Yeah, I know that, Austin. Thanks. It's over. Bron Breakker wins, and yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Really good. I thought the finish was excellent. Really, very emotional. Very emotional. I was very moved emotionally. How did you like the end? I thought it was very good. Very, very good. Yeah, the ending I thought was very powerful. I think some of those images are going to stay with me for a while. And the brawl, I mean, yeah, it's predictable, but I think the brawl it looks good. Like, everyone has really gone for it. And I think what that has done is it's really got me more hyped for War Games. So, yeah, it's excellent. Full-time scores. Get in your full-time scores. The show's finished, guys, so you might as well get in your full-time scores. I'm going to put the poll out there now. Poll's out there, so there we go. Poll is out there. Carmen Live 2, shout out to you. What went down? Gareth said they have literally just moved on. BT Sports has been released due to budget cuts. What was you watching? Flipping a grey screen that said BT Sport. And then after a while, we went to adverts, and now we've just moved on to the next show. Like, that's it. They haven't given us the ending of the show. They've just moved on. I almost want to know what BT comes back with. Is it an advert? It was an advert for BT. Do you know what? They came back with an advert for themselves. Isn't that weird? Like, we've completely messed this up. We haven't even shown you the end of what you wanted to watch, but make sure you subscribe to BT Sport. You can actually follow us on an app or on a computer or anything, and yeah, I hope you are enjoying being subscribed to us. So it's like, where's my show? Don't tell me about your stupid channel. Where's the end of my flipping show? Austin said, my favourite part of the show was when XY on Zion Quinn got laid out by The Rock. Big moment. Big moment. A lot of people were surprised, but I wasn't. I felt that he would be back around this time because of SummerSlam. I meant Survivor Series, but because of SummerSlam as well. And, yeah, I think that it made a lot of sense, and it was a very powerful moment. BT Sport needs to shut down. Legend Killer says, R.I.P. BT Sports. Stupid BT Sport. We stupid BT Sport face. I watch Raw and AEW on Xfinity stream, says CM316. Well, there we go. 575 because of stupid BT Sport, said Patrick. I'm sorry you missed it, Patrick. It was something that affected us all. BT Sport, where we let you make up the results. It's good of them, actually. You know, like choose your own ending. It's like that. So they give you the match, they build up to the finale, and then they cut it off. It's the future of wrestling. Can I hawk my product, Prairie Ooster toothpaste? It whitens but doesn't clean much. Sure. Brony said, was this a good show? I thought it started well, and then for me it really dipped. Like, for some reason, they just can't keep the momentum going for me. So, yeah, I think it struggled. I think NXT is struggling. I don't know what the finish was like, though. I mean, the finish might have been amaze balls, but yeah, we'll see what you like. I changed it at the end. I changed the poll. Like, normally I do 8 to 10, but because people keep voting so high, I thought, well, let's have a look and see. Are people voting for the 8s? Are people voting for the 9s? Like, what are people voting for? So I've split the poll slightly differently. Days Do Remember Me, the Carmen Live 2 has made its return to YouTube. I give NXT 8 out of 10. Welcome back, my friend. You've returned as BT Sport has left me. The shot at the end of the brawl was very good production, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. I think the way they got that camera angle was perfect. The framing, I thought, was very powerful. So, yeah, I completely agree. Do the rating scores a bit different? You did the rating scores a bit different. I did, yeah. Because 8 to 10 keeps getting high scores, and I want to know, is it 8 to 875 people are voting for, or are they voting like 9 to 10? Days, you missed the best part. I saw it all, mate. I saw it all in my mind. NXT is struggling, kind of like you did with the end of NXT. Listen, NXT was so bad this week, BT Sport pulled it off air. That's how bad it was. BT Sport have pulled it. They were like, do you know what? This is hot garbage. And they've pulled it. So that is a pretty bad review from... The review is in from BT Sport. They did not enjoy it. They are paying for it, and even they pulled it off air. So... when do you think NXT lost their footing? Was it at the start of the pandemic? Yes. No, well, I'll tell you when they lost their footing. When they left the network and went on to USA Network. That's when they lost their footing. And I think when even before the pandemic, the show was not where it used to be. And I think it was better at Full Sail. I think I miss Full Sail. Full Sail is the home of NXT. And then during the pandemic, it went to the Performance Center. It's not been able to recreate that atmosphere. I think, actually, the atmosphere is getting a bit better in there, but it still doesn't feel like Full Sail, anywhere near close to Full Sail. So, I do miss Full Sail. I do miss that passionate NXT crowd, that passionate NXT fan base. That sense of community, you know? Used to see that they would go for drinks after the shows each week, and yeah, for me, as soon as it went onto USA Network and it became a network show, that's when it struggled. Put a poll for a SEC championship game. I don't know what that means. Right, we're almost at 100 votes, so as soon as we get there, we'll end the poll and we'll all go our separate ways and never speak about the atrocities that witnessed here tonight by BT Sport. We will never speak of them. I just fell out of love with wrestling because of BT Sport. Bad NXT. Naughty NXT. I think it was BT Sport, to be honest, that we should be blaming, but here we go. 101. 101. 101. 101. Here we go. 28% of people said 775. 27% of people said 8 to 875. 23% of people says 9 to 10. And 20% of people said 675 or below. So really spaced out. Really, really spaced out. I did not see the main event, so it's hard for me to score. But I'm going to go 675. I thought it started well. I really enjoyed Dakota. And I really enjoyed Dakota and Kaylie Ray. I thought it was a really good match. I think Johnny Gagano and Bron seemed good. It could have been great. I really don't know. I'm going to presume that it was really good because it was really good from what I was seeing. So I would say the start and the end were really positive. But then for me, the middle just sags. The middle just sags. The middle just doesn't do it for me. So, yeah. I'm going to say a good start, good end, and then the middle sags. So, is NXT 2.0 at the Performance Center? Yes. Zoom Station says solid show. Not because of BT, just because of wrestling in general. Okay, we're done anyway. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support. We're back tomorrow with AEW. Hopefully Fight TV shows us all of that. That'd be great. I mean, I don't ask for much from... Well, I do. But one of the bare minimum things I ask is that I can actually watch it. And I was denied that. All I'll say is, thank God it only happened with 5 minutes to go. Imagine if it happened 5 minutes into... What would I have done? I don't know what I would have done. What would I have done? If I'd have been sat here like 5 minutes into the show and there was no NXT, I'd had to have gone to like watch wrestling or something. Why didn't I do that anyway? Why didn't I go to watch wrestling to watch the ending? I think I was living in hope that BT were going to bring it back, and they never did. And it was so close to the end that we just ran out of time. So, yeah, weird. Awesome, guys. Appreciate the support, and I will see you again next time. Awesome. Bye for now.